In 2016, a group of Dayton's Bluff residents partnered with Historic St. Paul to save 6 buildings in the Dayton's Bluff Historic Preservation District that were on the brink of demolition.
208 Bates is a great example. I used to walk past that building with my dog, and it just looked awful and sad and neglected. It was a block you would conscientiously walk down with a sense of urban exploration, But your heart would sink. It's like, oh, there's a big unibrow over the historic building, and it looks like it's going to fall apart. Your heart literally sank, and now your heart can soar when you walk past it.
The story of bringing the Schacht Building back to its full glory is one of imagination, collaboration, and persistence, resulting in 208 Bates becoming a home once again for the hardworking residents who have always come to live in the Dayton's Bluff neighborhood. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, the block between current-day Wilson Ave and Hudson Road on Bates Avenue was part of a thriving commercial district. During this heyday, you'd find a mix of businesses there, everything from meat markets to iron rail shop to potato chip factory. From the beginning, 208 Bates was a key contributor to this bustling environment. In 1885, August Schacht engaged young Charles M. Neuhausen, a 26-year-old German immigrant who would go on to have a prominent career as an architect, to design a new building to house his feed and dry goods business on the west side of Bates Avenue near Hudson Road. The building showcased street-level storefronts with flats on the second story which housed the families of those who worked on Bates, along with others who worked in Lowertown and downtown St. Paul, which, then as now, was just a stone's throw away down the nearby 3rd Street Bridge. The Schacht Building evolved commercially over the years, serving as the home to various establishments. When a plastics manufacturing business shut its door at 208 Bates in the early 1960s, the building became fully residential until it was registered vacant in 2002 and acquired by the city of St. Paul in 2005. The next milestone in our story is 2016, when neighbors marketed the neglected property, attracting developers interested in restoring 208 Bates's historic look and function.
208 Bates providing affordable worker housing in our neighborhood. It's this huge story of preservation, that preservation just doesn't have to be by and for people wealthy enough to afford it. It can be done to create affordable housing.
We were very lucky to develop a conversation and a relationship with Eric Foster, who lives just a couple blocks away from the building, was familiar with the building, and has a really deep commitment to affordable housing, maintaining affordable housing and improving affordable housing in the community. So all of those kind of interests combined made him an absolute ideal partner.
We wanted it as much as possible to be something that was available for, accessible to people from the neighborhood, from the east side. We did a lot of work to reach out to people within the neighborhood to make sure that word got out on the east side itself.
And he stepped up to the plate. And honestly, number one, it likely may not have happened without his involvement. And number two, the attention to detail and the commitment to maintaining those units at affordable levels in the long term made all the difference in the world.
It was falling down and really ugly looking on the outside and in horrible shape in every way possible on the inside. But looking at the architectural renderings of what a restored 208 Bates might look like was sort of exciting to envision that transformation to something really nice as well as functional.
And it just seemed like it was too good to be true. 2-bedroom apartment, affordable price. This can't be real. When I was a kid, my aunt actually lived across the street in the townhomes. And I remember this building being like boarded up and not used. And we used to run up the hill and sit on the roof to the auto shop when we were children. I like the neighborhood. It's nice. The neighborhood is quiet and everybody's friendly. It's easy to talk to your neighbors. You know, it's nice. It's like the little forgotten neighborhood.
And I think what it looks like now is probably closer to what it originally looked like, certainly than what it was before the project started.
Historic St. Paul recruited a team, including developer Eric Foster, architect Paul Ormseth, and Flannery Construction, to take on the renovation project. Team members worked closely with St. Paul's Historic Preservation Commission to ensure the building followed Dayton's Bluff Historic District guidelines.
The actual construction team from Flannery at the beginning of the project was going like, oh my God, why are they even bothering with this garbage building? And over time, that changed, and they started really taking ownership of, this is really cool what we're doing. They got really into the preservation aspect of, we're going to restore it to what it would have been, even though that wasn't actually in the plans. Almost on their own, taking ownership of it and doing stuff above and beyond.
We need to look at what properties we're sitting on from the standpoint of the people who live near and around them, to understand what their selling points are. So yeah, that was very powerful.
At the outset, I think it was obviously a good project for the neighborhood, like to replace a building that was objectively an eyesore and a blight on the immediate neighborhood, to replace that with a lovely, historic-looking building with 4 units of very nice apartments, affordable for people in the neighborhood.
I've always knew that this building had big windows. My kids love windows. That's really, really nice. There's still charm in the apartments. I really, really like that. It's really a blessing. Living here has restored my belief in just good human beings, and that we can coexist and still be good to one another. It feels like its own little community within the community.
And now we've met the people who live there, and it's just such a success story.
So incredible. Such a beautiful building. Such an incredible asset to the neighborhood.
When you see something like that and you have no idea what you're supposed to do or how to respond, and now I know that there's real systemic ways to work on saving buildings like this.
Carol obviously knows what she's doing. And Historic St. Paul has done this kind of thing before, so they know that being able to have that vision is key to wanting to do something like this.
If you look at Historic St. Paul, it becomes clear that historic preservation is not equal to gentrification, that historic preservation can exist without displacing people. In fact, it can actually support keeping people in place. People say that the most affordable or economical or efficient building is the one that already exists. With groups such as Historic St. Paul that can bring in resources to help save these buildings, they can specifically reach out to members of the community that may not be able to buy their own home or afford higher rents. And that's one of the most motivating things about Historic St. Paul, is that commitment to equity through historic preservation.
Historic St. Paul has been doing community-based preservation work for over 20 years. If this story inspires you, visit our website to learn more about our work. Just go to www.historicstpaul.org. That's historic, SAINTPAUL.org. And please consider making a donation to support future projects.